Hello everyone, welcome back to Playwright from Zero to Hero. I'm your instructor Mahesh Patel. In today's lesson, I will be covering loops, a powerful tool for repeating tasks efficiently. So what exactly are loops and why do we need them? So loops allows us to repeat a specific operation multiple times without writing the same code over and over. For example, if you wanted to print hello world 5 times to the console. The one way is to copy and paste the line of code 5 times. However, it's not efficient, which is why comes into handy. So what I mean is, let's say console.log, you want to print this hello world 5 times. So one way you can do is you can just copy paste 5 times, two, three, four, five, and you can just run this thing. So this is not the correct way actually. That's why the loops concept comes into picture in order to handle this thing in efficient way so that the line of code will also be reduced. Let me walk you through the basics of loops. We will focus on the most popular loop in the JavaScript, the for loop. The basic syntax of the for loop, we start with the for keyword. Let me just remove all this thing. The basic syntax is for open and close parenthesis, and inside this we have three statements. So separated by semicolons. As I said, three stated separated by semicolons. The first statement and initialization, which talks about initializing the loop, and the second check is the condition of how long the loop you want to run, and the third check, it will update the loop for each cycle. So what I mean is, let's say you want to write hello world 5 times. So I will say, so let me just initial initialize I is equal to 0, and I wanted to, what I wanted to do, it print hello world 5 times. So the condition I have put. The third is I wanted to update. So I will do I plus plus. So what code I wanted to execute? I wanted to execute hello line, hello world for 5 times. Let me run this thing again. You see, it got executed 5 times. So you wanted to know the value of I. So what you can do is operator, plus operator you can use I. Now it will print hello world. It always starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will not, because after it comes to 5, the condition goes false and it will end the loop. So the reason it will just say hello world 0, hello world 1, hello world 2, hello world 3, hello world 4. Let me execute and show it to you. Yeah, I see. There is in the there is also one more loop which is called as for off loop, for if loop. So let me take the example. For with the if. Uh, uh, so okay, let me take the example of our cars. So I'll say array. So list of cars, which is equal to, we had like Mahindra earlier, we have Tata, and we have Ford, right? So what I wanted to check is, let's say, how I can, let's say you got a requirement where you wanted to check in the list of cars whether you have uh, like Tata. If you get the result, you can break and you need to check the other list of cards. So how you can do it? So one way I can do is for loop I will use for let car of cars. So it should be inside braces, opening and closing parenthesis. So what condition I wanted to check? So I'll just print console dot log the car. I can give the variable name anything, or you can use, instead of let you can use var also. So this is the other for loop. Instead of this, you can use for off loop also. This is called for off loop. The one loop you have seen is this is for loop. Instead of this, you can also use this thing. Just define the variable name and the list of and you can give the variable name here. Instead of car, you can use C also here. Anything you can give the variable name. So instead of let, you can use var also. So from the list of cars you are going to take and you can print. Let me just print first. The output will be Mahindra. Let me just remove this thing so that, okay, or let me just comment this thing. Okay, let me execute this thing. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change it here. So it should be C. Let me execute. You see, the output is Mahindra, Tata, and Ford. Now let's say you wanted to check whether Tata is there in this thing in the list of array what cars you have. So if you find that, you can break. So in order to break, what you can in order to check and break, what if condition you have to use to check, you have to do if condition. If C is equal to what you want to check, Tata. So if you get that thing, what you have to do, you want to break. So let me just run it again. You see, only two. Once you get the data, the only first two things got executed, and once you got that thing, the other it stopped. If you want to break the loop, you can do it this way. And we have another for loop which is called ES6 syntax for each loop. So the way the syntax is, like say the same thing we want to use this list of array and you wanted to print this thing. So how you can do? You can just use cars, the variable name dot for each, and what you have to do? Opening and closing parenthesis, give the variable name equals to greater than and parenthesis. So you wanted to print now this thing console dot log car. So the output will be, let me just run this line. Okay, I wanted to execute only this thing. So output will be, okay, for this, let me just you get back this thing. Yeah. The output will be Mahindra, Toyota, and Ford. You see, that will be Mahindra, Tata, and Ford. So that's it for today's class. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.